There is an ancient Taoist story about a farmer, and it goes like this. One day, the one horse the farmer has runs away, and his neighbors all say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, that's so bad. You must be so upset." And the farmer just says, "We'll see." A few days later, the horse comes back with 20 other horses, which the farmer and his son then reels in, so they now had 21 horses instead of just one. And his neighbor says, "Oh, that's so good, that's incredibly good. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations, you must be so happy." And the farmer just says, "We'll see." Then one day, one of those wild horses that they have just caught kicks the legs of his son and breaks them both. And his neighbors are saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, that's so bad, you must be so upset." But the farmer again says, "We'll see." And then a little time later, conscriptions are being had for war. And they are sending out all of the young people from the village. Turns out that all of the young people die in that war. But the son was not conscripted because he had broken both his legs, so he couldn't go out there, and he survived. Then the villagers are so happy for that farmer and says, "Oh, that's so good, so amazing, you must be so happy." But again, the farmer just says, "We'll see." And what this story shows is it can be have a lot of different lessons. But what we are focusing on here is that when something goes extremely bad or really good, we usually feel either highly elated or highly upset. Usually it's the latter. We feel upset because things seem to go wrong more often than they go right. But when you feel like you fail, it's almost like you say that the story has ended. You add a period behind your sentence of your story. But the thing is that you can let your story continue by adding a ... You don't have to just write one sentence and add a dot like you do in a usual document, because usually there is more to the story to be had. And therefore you can add a ... and wait for what's to come. This actually helped me one day when I was doing a 10-kilometer running test. I love competing in obstacle races and I need to measure my improvement over time. It turned out that I had actually decreased my performance over time. So I could run like 1 kilometer an hour slower than I actually could 8 weeks ago. So that was quite a bummer. I felt pretty frustrated. But then I just remembered this idea of adding a ... This poor performance doesn't mean that I'm never going to be able to compete at a high level in those obstacle races. It just means that I did some things these last weeks that didn't work quite well. But I can learn to do them better, and then, in other words, the story goes on. I know that I'm going to improve again. So when it seems like you're a total failure, don't add a period, add a ... Let the story continue. What's one time when you felt like you totally failed, but as you let the story go on, you actually got to a better place than you were because of that failure? Please leave a comment below.
Any idea you encounter today can be the one that changes your life. After spending over $10,000 and thousands of hours reading over 350 books during the last 4 years, going to seminars, doing online courses, and being coached online, I've learned that any of these ideas that we learn from any source can be the one that turns our whole life around. For example, these have helped me go from binge eating and eating over 10,000 calories a day to now being an elite obstacle racer who is routinely running marathons in the mountains. I'm attracted to the woman of my dreams, and I'm just having an authentically exciting life now, as opposed to when I wasn't taking all of these ideas in. So that's why I'm so excited about self-help summaries that are created for you to bring you more ideas faster, ideas that can change your life. To get started today, go to my website, frodeosen.com. That's FRODEOSEN.com.